Ladies, I'm here tonight on the show. I'm here tonight on the show to talk about some NBA news before the Dodgers game starts. So let's get right into it right quick. So the news I wanted to talk about here on this episode. First thing we'll talk about is Charles Barkley. He talked about Steph Curry. He said he's at the table in the Hall of Fame with Isaiah Thomas as probably the best point guards. Those two guys are probably the two best to play the game. End quote. That's what Charles Barkley has said. I don't know where he said this from, but he said this about Steph Curry. He's up there with Isaiah Thomas. I think it's Steph Curry and Magic Johnson, but you could throw Isaiah Thomas in there. And by the way, this is NBA News episode 23. So like, comment, subscribe. But I agree here with Charles Barkley. Steph Curry's definitely up there. He's either number one or number two, however you want to put it. He's top two. No debate on that. No debate on that. Next thing we'll talk about is a report that the Brooklyn Nets are angling for Scottie Barnes in trade talks with Toronto Raptors. I get they want Scottie Barnes. That's a good young player. If they could trade for, they could build their future around. But it just ain't gonna happen. Toronto is not giving up Scottie Barnes. It's not gonna happen. They're not just gonna give up Scottie Barnes. They're rookie of the year last year, and they're building that young team with Scottie Barnes. They're just not gonna give him up. I mean, I know Brooklyn wants that, but I mean, it's ain't gonna happen. Next thing we'll talk about is Dwight Howard. He says he belongs in the Hall of Fame. And I agree here. You look at his last few years, no, but prime Dwight Howard in Orlando playing with the Magic, he was a beast. But based off that alone, he has some accolades as well, like 8-time All-Star. Yeah. So, I'd say he does belong in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. But people will probably disagree, but if you look at what he did in Orlando, the Magic went in his prime, not what he did with the Lakers in his prime with the Magic, he deserves it. A report, the Warriors, they don't plan to offer a max extension to Draymond Green, who's willing to explore outside options to get the deal he wants. That would really suck if he left the Warriors. I just can't see him playing for another team. I really don't. It would suck if he left the Warriors. Big Three would be gone if he doesn't get that extension, or he takes a pay cut. He's the leader for the Warriors on defense. He's their defensive leader. He's basically their point guard, really. So this would be this would just suck if he left the Warriors because he didn't get that extension. So yeah, the last thing I want to say is Draymond Green, he wants and believes he deserves the maximum contract extension, so Marcus Thompson. I think the Warriors might do it, but they might try and replace him, like maybe with Jonathan Kuminga or something. I don't know. This would really suck if our defensive leader left just because he wanted a max contract, and even when he could take like a pay cut. Even when he could take like a pay cut or something, man, like. But we'll see. We'll see what he decides to do. But yeah, one more thing, another thing I want to talk about here. Let me find it. Dwight Howard was at WWE tryouts. This tweet was posted by Arash Markazi. Dwight Howard was at WWE tryouts. Brian Windhorst on LeBron James' future he says he doesn't sense that LeBron wants to leave the Lakers, but I would dream is to not point out that the Cavs have positioned themselves to have huge salary cap space next summer when LeBron could potentially be a free agent. I don't know if the Cavaliers would want to go back and go after like LeBron James. I don't know. when they could just keep their young core together and not mess up the chemistry. But that's just my opinion on it. Cause I just don't know. I just don't know if he's gonna want to go back there. Kyrie, NBA Insider on the Lakers. Kyrie is the move. They should offer Davis with Westbrook. Try and get Kevin Durant, KD for AD, and a pick as close as the Nets will get to what they want. This NBA Insider must be smoking, because this ain't gonna happen. Chris Broussard, he said the Nets should demand Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, and 3 first-round picks for Kevin Durant. This would be a horrible trade. You're trading 2 of your good young players. Jaylen Brown could be a star, could be a future superstar. Robert Williams, a really good really good like shot blocker, rebounder, and Marcus Smart, your defensive player of the year. So this would be a horrible trade. Just for 2 to 3 years of Kevin Durant, you're willing to give up some of your best players just to get that. So yeah, that wouldn't be a good move. But yeah, that's all the NBA news, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of news today. So yeah, until next time, I thank you for watching.